John Allen Muhammad was born John Allen Williams in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Williams strove to be a dedicated family man. The degree his life would disintegrate would shock everyone who knew him.
John was so charming, and because he was so well liked, people couldn't put the shooter with his personality.
In 2002, Muhammad and his young accomplice, Lee Boyd Malvo, launch a series of sniper attacks that kill and wound victims across the D.C. area. Today, Malvo is serving a life sentence in federal prison. He spoke with me from his maximum security cell to reveal the inside story of this nightmare.
The man I met was not a monster. This was a guy that we give an image.
Did you call him Dad, or what did you call John Muhammad?
I called him Dad. And once he earned my trust, it was pretty much complete. Imagine it being a cult of two.
Mildred meets John in 1983 when they are both 23.
He could make me laugh about anything. He was romantic. He brought me flowers. I was happy. He was trying to get into the military, but he couldn't read. So I taught him how to read so that he was able to be accepted. And that's when he moved to Washington State and asked me to come with him.
Mildred and John marry in 1988.
This is my wife reading on her own without me asking her. I gotta get this on tape. We gotta document this.
He was a demolition expert shot. He could make a weapon out of anything, and he was a hand-to-hand combat expert.
In the next few years, John and Mildred have a boy and 2 girls.
My dad was a great father. He always was there for his children. My mom and my dad didn't have a favorite. It was just attention on every child.
John loved his children. He was playful with them. He made sure they were happy. Whatever activities they were involved in, he was a real involved father.
In 1999, the couple separates, but that doesn't mean John is gone.
He began coming in the middle of the night with his key. He would stand over the bed to listen if I was breathing. I opened my eye just to watch him go from one side of the bed to the other, stand up, and walk out the house. I was terrified. I had to go to court. They gave me a lifetime restraining order. The judge told me that you need to get away from this guy. I said, Your Honor, I'm really trying to do that.
After Mildred flees with the children, John Muhammad convinces a friend to run a trace on her. He learns she is living near Washington, D.C. Muhammad and Malvo leave Tacoma and make their way across country.
We visit friends and family, we stay in diners, we sleep in motels, whatever the situation calls for.
It's believed Malvo and Muhammad kill at least 7 people in Arizona, Texas, Louisiana, and Alabama on their way to D.C.
They would find somebody that would be carrying money, small store owners. They would observe their routines, and then they would attack them, basically, and rob them.
Muhammad comes up with a brazen plan to get his kids back and eliminate Mildred.
He figured out a way to kill her without anything coming back to him.
Muhammad will carry out a series of random sniper attacks on a wide range of innocent victims.
You have this big shooting. Mildred would just be 8 other victims.
He was at a gas station in Aspen Hill, simply filling his tank, and was shot dead.
A woman has been shot and killed while waiting for her ride to work.
It was absolute chaos and pandemonium. And they were calling guys in from off duty and respond here and respond there.
The snipers kill 6 people in little more than 1 day.
They were everybody's brother, sister, mother, father. They were out just going about doing everyday things, and their lives were taken from them.
John Muhammad is sentenced to death. His execution is set for November 10th, 2009. On that day, Mildred and her 3 children wait by the phone to speak to him one last time.
And we got the cell phone seated right here, waiting for the call. And they're like, Mom, is he gonna call? So he said he will call. So we just gotta be patient. Just, you know, he's gonna call. They just wanted to hear his voice. He didn't have to say much. He could have just said, how you doing? That would have been sufficient for them. So the time kept winding down, and then I saw this man coming up to the microphone, and I knew he wasn't gonna get that call.
The execution of John Allen Muhammad has been carried out under the laws of the Commonwealth of Virginia.
I remember sitting in the living room, and somebody came to the mic and said that he was gone. It was a hard time for me. I mean, he was my dad.
He's given every opportunity that our system affords him, and his victims certainly had no opportunity.
Everyone connected to the DC sniper tragedy is still scarred by the attacks. Isa Nichols' niece, Kenya, was the first to fall victim to John Muhammad's rage. Paula Rufa barely survived being shot. For years, Mildred Muhammad has worked to come to terms with the damage her ex-husband inflicted. Today, she's meeting with Paul and Isa to hear of the pain they've experienced at his hands.
I'm so happy that all of you decided to meet today. You all shared a traumatic experience. You know, Isa, I want to give my condolences for your loss. Where are you at today?
Kenya, we loved her so much, and we miss her. But we have Angel. We have her daughter, who's just gorgeous.
Paul, tell me how it was early on.
When it happened, and for the next couple of months, it was hell. It was the worst thing that I've ever experienced. Having flashbacks that you can't control was horrible. I heard other people talk about trauma. You say, well, just don't think about it or just control it. But you can't. You can't control it. For me, luckily, the conclusion of that came when I knew who did it, when they were caught, and I knew I was safe. Mildred, do people ever react negatively to you when they find out who you are?
At that time, they told me that...
You should have seen it coming, or...
No, if I would have stayed with him, then he just would have killed me. If I would have stayed on the West Coast, then the people on the East Coast would still be alive. How dare I bring this drama into a quiet community? And how dare I call me and my children victims when neither of us were killed?
See, that amazes me, how people can...
I was blamed because they couldn't get to John. Everyone, I feel, is entitled to their feelings and how they process their emotions.
When did the memories start to get easier?
When you can think about it without hurting, balling up in a fetal position.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. You don't never forget.
Right, you never forget it. And people say, are you over it? You never get over it. You never get over it. But that doesn't mean it haunts you. You have a choice. You can either be a victim for the rest of your life, or you can do something about it. And see, we all have that in common.
Yes, life goes on. I see restoration here at the table. I take back restoration.
The human spirit is amazingly resilient. There's a lot of tragedy you can overcome in your life, but you have to work at it. I mean, it's up to you. Nobody's going to do it for you. There's no medicine for it. You just got to do it.